would like to welcome everyone and thank you for joining today's webinar on solving unique data management challenges in rare disease trials. Rare disease trials come with unique challenges, from limited patient population to diverse data sources and stringent regulatory requirements. So today we'll explore how tailored data management solutions can address these challenges efficiently, ensuring data quality, compliance, and timely study delivery. Before we begin, a few housekeeping items that I should go through. If you have any questions or want to share feedback during the session, please use the chat feature in Teams at any time. Please note that this webinar is being recorded and you will receive a link to the recording via email after the event. And also for additional resources, including past webinars that we have shared and more information about DFnet, please don't forget to visit our website, which is dfnetresearch.com. Now, let me introduce myself and our expert speakers for today's webinar. So my name is Busimpila, and I'm a founder of DFnet Research Mzansi in South Africa and the client success manager at DFnet based in South Africa. And I'll be guiding you through today's session. And I just wanted to share more about myself and my experience working in clinical data management and research across Africa for over 20 years. And throughout my career, I've focused on delivering solutions that help overcome challenges uniquely to this region, especially in clinical trials and in data management. And this has influenced me to found a sister company, DFnet Research Mzansi, which is a company based in South Africa. Joining me today, I'm joined by two of my other colleagues, Caroline Scott, who is a training and support specialist at DFnet and based in the United States, and Sandra Nevels, who is a data manager, who is a data management team lead at DFnet, who is based in Canada. They will both share their experience with you before their sessions. We'll share the insight and practical strategies to overcome the unique challenges of managing data in rare diseases trials. So our company background, DFnet has over 30 years of experience helping researchers in biopharma companies manage clinical data and move science forward. We offer flexible tools for collecting data, whether it's on a computer, a tablet, a phone, or even on paper. And we support EDC and eSource and ePro. Our clinical data management system and expert services are designed to support complex studies anywhere in the world across all research areas, trial phases, and sample sizes. DFnet is a trusted foundation for clinical data management for complex studies such as rare disease trials. And our strength lies in combining expert services with powerful validated tools to support the entire clinical data lifecycle, such as complex rare disease trials. We offer an end-to-end data management from C-compliant CRF design to final closeout, with comprehensive QA and regulatory-ready documentation along the way. Our team supports protocol development, data management plans, and ensure compliance every step of the way. For deeper clinical insight, we handle SDTM, ADAM conventions, we build analysis plans and create visual reporting dashboards. And then on technology side, we offer trusted e-clinical solutions. With our software, you get the EDC platform and also DF Collect for offline and remote use, and also DF Engage for electronic patient-reported outcomes. Let's look at DF Discover tools and their functionality. On the EDC platform, our system offers both offline and remote data capture capabilities. With DF Collect, a tablet-based EDC app, and DF Web, an internet-based platform. You can collect clinical data anytime, anywhere. supporting sites with limited and intermittent connectivity. We also support direct data capture, which enables data entry directly at the source for faster and more accurate collection. Our ePro, which is participant engagement, supports electronic patient-reported outcomes, empowering participants to self-report symptoms and outcomes conveniently via their phones or tablets, eliminating the need for frequent clinic visits. And our software also offers data integration, which enables seamless data flow across multiple sources. That includes laboratory systems, e-consent platforms, and other third-party systems, and ensuring all critical data is unified and easily accessible. We also have a functionality of data import, which easily imports external data sets like lab results, patient registries, historical data to consolidate information and streamline study workflows. And another functionality is remote monitoring. Our tools such as DF Explore, which is our power user front end, DF Web, and DF Sources, facilitate centralized remote monitoring and source document verification, which allows sponsors and monitors to oversee study progress efficiently without site visits. And again, for sites that rely on paper CRF, we've got a functionality that we call DFSend. It enables secure digitization and submission of these documents. This allows data capturing from low-tech environments, ensuring that no data is missed or delayed. So how does this connect to the rare disease trials? So in rare disease clinical trials, every data point truly matters. We know that with over 7,000 rare disease impacting more than 300 million people globally, only 95% of those are lacking approved treatments. There's an urgent need for smart, high-quality data. These trials are often small, complex, and high regulated, so our approach must be very specialized. At DFnet, we ensure that data is not only clean and reliable, but also supports timely decision-making. By reducing patient burden and streamlining data design, we accelerate trial timelines and help bring safe, effective treatments to those who need them most. Best practices in data management lay the foundation for success. I will let my colleague Caroline to take you through best practices in data management.
Thank you, Busi. Hi, everyone. My name is Carolyn Scott. I am the Training and Support Specialist here at DFnet. I come to you with over 20 years of experience previously as a clinical data manager, working on many different types of trials, both domestic and international, and mostly using the DFnet software. Before we get into the rare disease cases, I just want to talk a little bit about clinical data management best practices. It's a vital but sometimes underappreciated part of successful clinical research. These are practices that we at DFnet Research use every day to ensure data quality, regulatory compliance, and ultimately meaningful scientific outcomes for our clients. CDM best practices provide a structured framework for ensuring data integrity throughout the clinical trial lifecycle. These practices help standardize processes across studies, teams, and organizations, improving efficiency and consistency. They often incorporate industry standards such as CDISC, GCP, and FDA guidelines to ensure harmonization with global expectations. These practices evolve with advancements in technology and regulatory expectations, reflecting a commitment to continuous improvement. Why do we need them? Because best practices ensure that critical safety and efficacy data are available and interpretable when needed. They reduce the risk of audit findings and regulatory noncompliance, safeguarding the credibility of the study sponsor. Ultimately, they help protect the patient safety by ensuring decisions are based on trustworthy, well-managed data. It's not just about data entry. It's about building trust in your data so it stands up to scientific and regulatory scrutiny. Clinical data management incorporates several components: data collection, which is how the data enters the system; data validation, making sure the data is complete and consistent; query management, communicating with sites to resolve discrepancies. Data cleaning, the ongoing process of refining data quality through monitoring and clinical coding. Database lock, providing a clean database for analysis and reporting. And at each step, there's an opportunity to put the best practices into place. Best practice number 1 is to plan early. Clinical data management should not be an afterthought. The way the study is structured will directly impact how the data is collected and managed. What type of CRFs will be most useful? Will they be paper, eCRFs, or a combination of both? How will the data be submitted? Will there be remote locations where offline data collection will be most useful? Will there be forms for the participant to fill out? Do you want them to do this via paper or ePro? Knowing how you need to collect the data early on can help you choose the appropriate clinical data management system and avoid submission issues down the line. Other considerations are who will need access to the database. Will you need a CDMS that can accommodate monitoring, medical review, clinical coding, or other roles? Will you need to import data from other sources such as a lab or a safety database? Will there be regular exports? And developing a DMP early on provides a clear roadmap for handling all these details, as well as data flow throughout the study, database validation, security, backup, and more. Once the protocol is set, CRF development begins. This is where best practice 2, standards and compliance, come into play. When defining the fields for the database, it's recommended to use CETA standards. This is required for all data being submitted to the FDA to smooth the way for data submission and aids in standardizing forms that may be used for your additional studies. Compliance is vital. You want to choose a fully regulated EDC to meet critical compliance standards such as GDPR, 21 CFR Part 11, and more. Your CDMS needs to comply with regulatory requirements, ensure data integrity and security, and establish clear traceability and governance. Technology can make or break your data. Best practice number 3 is to choose a CDMS that aligns with what works best for the sites and participants who will be capturing the data early on. If you've done your best practice number 1 and planned early, you will know what CDMS features you will be needing for your study. These may include CRFs that function both online and offline, ePro systems for patient-reported outcomes, support for hybrid studies with eCRF and paper-based forms, and seamless data integration with labs and safety systems. All of this should live within a secure, validated system that supports robust access control and audit trails. Only as good as their validation. Best practice number 4 is about system validation and data integrity. How is the system validated? Is it validated initially and also at each upgrade? How is the study database validated? Does it go through a wide range of testing prior to release to production? Extensive testing both internally and externally on all aspects of the study setup help ensure a smooth start to the study. Are there changes in testing for mid-study? Are you able to audit the CDMS? Is all the documentation up to date? Can the data processes be verified through testing documents? Best practice number 5 is training. It's a best practice because people make the CDMS possible, so they need to be trained properly. You want to conduct role-specific training. Sites, monitors, data managers, even participants in ePro studies all need tailored support. Training can take place virtually for multiple stakeholders covering the software or at tailored meetings for individuals such as investigators. These sessions can be recorded for reference and training new staff. Training can also include slides, quick reference guides, and videos if possible, something like our DFnet Academy, which contains short videos on various features of the software. Well-trained teams reduce errors, queries, and delays, and help you meet compliance standards. Data quality isn't just about fixing errors, it's also about preventing them. Best practice number 6 is ensuring data quality. One way to ensure data quality is to have a comprehensive CRF completion guideline. This is a roadmap for both site and central data management to follow. It can detail not only how the form should be completed, but additional steps to take in certain events such as death, early termination, deviations, etc. A site user should be able to provide a complete, accurate, clean setup data using this guide. These guidelines can also be incorporated into the CDMS as help messages. Edit checks give the user a chance to fix mistakes before the form is reviewed by central data management. Does your CDMS have a built-in edit check system that covers most of the queries you would want? Can you also create custom edit checks for the rest? Do you want these to run in real time or in batch, such as overnight or at a manual run? Standard and custom reports can help spot trends such as low enrollment at a site that can be acted on in real time. Clinical coding ensures consistency in reporting adverse events, ConMeds, and medical history. The ability to create tasks for specific data or users helps ensure no data is missed. Creating fields in the database for monitoring and edit checks or lookup tables that determine who and what will be monitored aids monitors in both remote and on-site monitoring, again ensuring all relevant data is compiled for review. Reconciling data between the CDMS and another database can be done manually or via programming, such as we have through our data science department. It's vital these two databases match. Reporting special events such as protocol deviations and SAEs can be prompted via edit check based on the answers from other CRFs. For example, if blood draw was missed on a lab form, you could then make the protocol deviation form required so that its completion is not overlooked. And finally, ensuring data quality to support Alcoa++ data. You definitely want data that is attributable, legible, contemporaneous, original, accurate, as well as complete, consistent, enduring, and available. A successful study ends with best practice number 7, smooth database lock. To get there, stick to your timeline. Be sure all key players know what they need to do and by when that needs to be done. Run your final integrity checks to correct or explain any inconsistencies and review and resolve all outstanding queries. Conduct a final critical data review to confirm that your endpoints and key variables are sound. A clean database lock sets the stage for statistical analysis and regulatory submission. It should never feel like a last-minute scramble. In short, implementing best practices into your clinical trial can instill confidence in your study data. But what happens in cases such as rare disease clinical studies? These types of trials face unique challenges, including small populations, as well as the need for innovative trial design and data collection. How can best practices be put to use in these trials? I'll turn it over to Sandra to show you how these practices can be implemented. Sandra?
Thank you, Carolyn and Boosie. I am Sandra Nevels, a data management team lead here at DFnet. My role focuses on working with researchers once our implementation team has set up the study and it's ready for the clinical data collection to begin. I've been fortunate to work in clinical research for over 20 years, coordinating trials in cardiovascular outcomes, cardiac device trials, and more recently working on cancer trials, as well as biologics and human biome. I have extensive experience conducting studies on the DF platform, and so I am thrilled to be here sharing some of that knowledge with you today. Many of you may already be familiar with rare diseases, but for those of you who may not be, let's quickly define them. The US considers a disease rare if in total it affects fewer than 200,000 individuals in the country. In Canada, the EU, and most countries in Africa, the threshold is a ratio of fewer than 1 in 2,000 people affected. There are currently over 7,000 recognized rare and ultra-rare diseases, with 72% of those being genetic. In the US alone, that equates to approximately 30 million individuals, or roughly 1 in 10 people. Estimates for Europe are between 27 to 36 million people affected, Africa between 42 to 71 million people, and approximately 50 million people affected in South America. That works out to more than 300 million people worldwide, a number that exceeds the impact of cancer and AIDS combined. Rare disease trials are essential for developing new therapies and improving patient outcomes. Each trial, even unsuccessful ones, contribute to our knowledge of a disease, providing groundwork and paving the way for future breakthroughs. Rare disease trials push the boundaries of medical science, leading to innovations that can benefit all of healthcare. This brings us to the urgent and underserved need for clinical trials in rare diseases. Thanks to dramatic progress in AI, genomic sequencing, technologies like CRISPR gene editing, and large-scale data sharing, there are significant and promising strides being made every day. Still, however, nearly 95% of rare diseases lack an approved treatment, leaving millions of patients, approximately half of whom are children, underdiagnosed and without therapeutic options. Conducting clinical trials in rare diseases presents unique and complex challenges that differ significantly from standard drug development research. One of the biggest obstacles is the limited patient population. Because rare diseases affect such small groups of individuals, recruitment numbers are critically low. Finding eligible participants can take months or even years, slowing trial progress, increasing costs, and putting trial completion at risk. Added to this challenge is the geographical spread of patients. Unlike common conditions where recruitment can be centralized, rare disease patients are often located worldwide, requiring decentralized trial approaches and innovative remote data collection methods. Rare diseases are also highly complex and heterogeneous, meaning that symptoms, disease progression, and treatment responses vary widely. This variability makes it difficult to standardize protocols and introduces confounding factors, increasing the difficulty of drawing meaningful conclusions from trial results. Regulatory challenges further complicate research. Specialized approval processes, stringent compliance requirements, and potentially requiring approval in a large number of countries with their often complex country-specific regulations can create delays by adding large administrative burdens for researchers. Finally, data collection and management in rare disease trials requires extra vigilance. With small sample sizes, maintaining data integrity and ensuring sufficient statistical power for analysis is critical. Missing or inconsistent data can make it hard to establish meaningful findings, increasing the risk of failed trials. Despite these challenges, researchers and clinical trial partners continue to adapt. In the next section, we'll explore how DFnet helped overcome these obstacles, collaborating in several rare disease trials. DFnet exists to remove obstacles for rare disease researchers to ensure their trials aren't just possible, but successful. We don't just provide data solutions, we solve problems others might deem insurmountable. One of our most challenging and rewarding examples of this are the solutions we implemented for a critical study in a remote African village. This community faced numerous obstacles, including no internet, unreliable power, and was hours away from the nearest town. Despite these barriers, the research was essential and needed to happen there. Instead of viewing these challenges as deal breakers, we embraced them as opportunities to overcome. We showed up and our team worked tirelessly addressing connectivity issues, training study personnel, and building a system that ensured safe, reliable, and responsible data collection. We installed a rugged, satellite-compatible laptop to serve as the clinic's intranet and brought tablets to be used as data collection points. Our DF Collect feature meant the data could be collected uninterrupted, offline, at any time, and would be stored within the tablets and transmitted via the intranet to the rugged laptop. Then, when the stars aligned, as in the generator was running and a satellite was in range, the data was transmitted from the laptop to the mirrored database hundreds of miles away in South Africa. Our DF Collect feature begins with creating an audit trail from the very first point of data collection and includes interactive edit and logic checks that are live during the data collection process, functioning as the first round of data cleaning right at the source. This means values need to be within specified ranges, questions cannot be accidentally missed, and responses are checked for logic while the data is being collected. For example, if a patient indicates they've been diabetic for 3 years, but their medication history shows they've been on insulin for 5, that inconsistency would be flagged in real time, and the responses could be double-checked directly with the patient while they are still there with the study staff or investigator. One additional note is that although we set up an intranet at this clinic, DF Collect can be used in any setting and does not need to be within a defined area. It doesn't need an intranet. Tablets can travel to home visits or into the general community and function 100% offline. So if your subjects live remotely or are unable or unwilling to travel, study personnel can visit them where the data is entered and stored in the tablet until it's convenient to transfer. Customized, and your study can be a hybrid of paper and EDC. However, there are advantages to opting out of paper, including being better for the environment, more cost-effective by not using up budget dollars on printing, shipping, and storage of paper CRFs, and allowing for quick changes to the content of the CRFs for visit requirements. Basically, anything that would have required reprinting and redistributing of paper CRFs can now all be done online, and the updates will appear in the tablets. Next, this study included source document capture to enable critical documents to be collected within the database. This allowed critical variables to be checked against hard copy results in reports, adding an extra layer towards ensuring data quality and completeness. There are concerns related to privacy when capturing external health-related records in a clinical database, but we have addressed this. DF Collect allows for the redaction of sensitive information from documents even after they have been uploaded. This capability is part of the DF Sources application, which enables users to safely hide any sensitive information with the swipe of a finger. By utilizing source document collection, much of the monitoring for this site was conducted remotely. The custom monitoring requirements, which can be broadly applied to certain pages or can be focused down to specific fields, is all completed and captured within the database. Monitoring reports can be generated based on the actions and the audit trail of the monitor within the data. Eliminating the need for on-site monitoring visits saves not only time, but also large portions of tight budgets. A study can still have 100% source document verification. It is just done remotely. The DF Collect feature is also useful for any study that will be adjudicating events. DF Collect can capture PDF or image files, as well as audio and video files. So whether it's the recording of a maternal ultrasound or a 300-page pacemaker interrogation, the system is designed to handle multiple formats to suit your requirements. And just a note, while I'm speaking about adjudication, which is coming up more and more, we can provide adjudication solutions. We have set up trials where we created user roles specifically designed for adjudicators to go into the database where they were able to see selected fields and documents and enter their adjudication decisions directly in the database. This created an additional layer of validity in this critical step and made the reconciliation of events and adjudication very simple. Event counts, adjudicated, unrefuted, final, etc. were all extracted from a single source within the database, eliminating the need to reconcile external adjudication trackers with the events in the database, and it produced very reliable, validated reports for the DSMCs, steering committees, and all other stakeholders. One of our trials needed to collect information directly from caregivers. Patient-reported outcomes, or PROs as they're called, have been around a long time, but the move away from paper to electronic capture methods is proving vital in this endeavor. A large benefit of the DF Engage ePro platform is that it created a communication pathway between the site staff and the subjects and their caregivers. The cost of lost to follow-up and withdrawn subjects within clinical trials, specifically rare disease trials where there is already a limited population, is not just monetary, it can have significant impact on trial success. Therefore, maintaining communication without being bothersome, some patients do not want repeated phone calls, contributes significantly to patient engagement. It also prioritizes patient safety. If the patients can report symptoms or adverse events as they happen, they can be monitored in real time by site staff. Alerts can be set up in your database to automatically initiate emails if a specific form is submitted or a specific data field is executed, or even if a pre-specified trigger word is entered into a field. In studies with infrequent visits, we know it is difficult for subjects to remember everything that has occurred since their last visit. By providing a way for patients to report things when they happen, ensures nothing is forgotten and the data that is collected meets the ALCOA requirements of attributable, legible, so no more deciphering of handwriting from patient diaries, contemporaneous, original, and accurate. DF Engage provides an important link between the study and the subject and can be used to set reminders to keep subjects aligned with your protocol. How are you feeling today? Upcoming visits, take your medication. Please complete Form X. It's completely customizable for whatever your study needs. Trialists are increasing their focus on patient engagement, and although extremely important, it can be difficult where the subjects do not speak English and/or where site staff are not fluid at translating. Yes, informed consents are always translated, but there are often additional interactions with participants that are not available in the local language and is therefore a hurdle to creating the feeling of connection that is so important in the patient-trial relationship. Integrating our multiple language features engages participants using local languages and can include printed material as well as audio and video formats. CRF questions appeared in the local language, ensuring they were phrased consistently when directed to the participants, and the site staff participant interaction was smooth and comfortable and did not include the site staff trying to translate an English question into the local dialect. Our multiple language features can be customized to be countrywide, site-specific, or even user-specific. So if there are designated personnel at your site who deal with different populations, their user roles can be set to the specific languages they use with their patients. Rare disease trials often involve small sample sizes and highly complex adaptive protocols. At DFnet, we understand that each trial is unique and requires a tailored approach. Our platform is designed to be extremely versatile and adaptable, allowing us to handle even the most intricate trial. We have successfully managed rare disease trials that underwent several significant protocol changes, modifying the original database to accommodate changes to the CRFs, adding new CRFs, inserting new visits into the schedule, and incorporating new cohorts while the current ones were still in recruitment and follow-up. This customization clearly demonstrates our ability to scale and provide solutions to meet the specific needs of each study. One of the key features of our adaptability is implementing mid-study changes without causing disruption. At DFnet, we excel in this area. Each study, including the one mentioned, had a mirrored development database, essentially a building and testing environment where changes were initiated and fully tested before being published out to the live database. The publication process itself, out to the live database, happens in minutes or sometimes less, ensuring no downtime in your clinical database that could delay enrollment or data entry. This capability was critical in studies that underwent multiple protocol amendments. We continually evolve and adapt to meet our clients' needs. Many of our innovations and new features result from listening to our clients and responding to their requests. From initial database design and setup by our implementation team to meticulous data management and comprehensive data reporting and analysis by our data science team, we provided the expertise to support every phase of this trial. Throughout our rare and ultra-rare research collaborations, we utilized a variety of data collection tools to ensure comprehensive and accurate data capture. These included DFWeb, our web-based EDC platform, DFCollect for source documents, DFEngage for caregiver ePro input, and both electronic and paper CRFs. This multifaceted approach allowed us to gather detailed information from diverse sources, significantly enhancing the robustness of the research. By leveraging these tools, we adapted to the specific needs of each trial, ensuring that no critical data was overlooked. Throughout the study, real-time data validation and cleaning maintained the data in a near lock-ready state. This capability proved vital, especially in an adaptive protocol where interim analyses might be required on very short notice. Our customized edit checks and data reports, tailored specifically for the protocol and study population, ensured the data was validated, free of inconsistencies, and ready for analysis. Regulatory compliance was paramount, especially in this early phase trial with potentially limited power. To meet stringent data analysis requirements, our data science team collaborated closely with researchers to deliver analysis-ready formats, including CDISC, SDTM, and ATOM datasets. We also provided MEDRA medical coding and WHO-DD drug coding to meet regulatory submission requirements. Standardized data collection and mapping facilitated compatibility with meta-analyses, enabling the researchers to contribute valuable findings to the broader rare research community. By delivering clean, validated, and robust data in these formats, we helped researchers save valuable time and resources, allowing them to focus on the critical aspects of their studies. We hope the case studies and examples shared with you today demonstrate how our solutions can effectively support your rare disease research needs. Thank you for your time, and now I will turn it back to Busi.
Thank you, Caroline and Sandra, for that insightful presentation and for highlighting some of the critical data management challenges and solutions specific to rare disease trials. To wrap up our session, I'd like to share a few key takeaways that summarize the most important points from today's discussion. Let's take a quick look. So we've learned that rare disease studies are really challenging. There are fewer patients, more complex steps to follow, and things can change very quickly. Having good, clean data is very essential. It helps make faster decisions, keeps patients safe, and meets regulatory rules. DFnet supports you all the way from setting up the study to locking the database at the end. Our tools are flexible. We can make updates anytime without stopping your study. You will focus on helping patients while we make sure your data is strong, safe, and ready. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody again, and we appreciate your time and engagement. Please, if you have any more questions, again, please reach out to us at info@dfnetresearch.com. We will be very happy to engage with you. Until next time, take care and goodbye. Thank you.